Hi, Matt with etrailer. If you have a 2023 Thor Gemini Motorhome and you want a pretty heavy-duty bike rack that can handle those really heavy e-bikes you throw at it, then the Saris MHS Bike Rack with the duo trays is going to be a great choice for you. So let's check it out. And what I really like about this design is just how rugged it is. This is going to be mostly made of steel, and if I go to shake it, it is going to move a little bit just because we do have a pivot point there, but even with me shaking it a lot, we're not making any contact with our motorhome. Now, this is also going to have a pretty heavy weight capacity of 80 pounds per bike, holding up the two of them. But if I tilt it back now, and this is really easy to operate, all I have to do is pull this lever at the back of it, lower it down, make sure you watch your head. And as you can see, back here we have plenty of space, so if we do need to reach anything on the back of your motorhome, we're going to have that ability. But what's probably going to be more likely is you using this on the back of your just regular driving vehicle. So if that has a hatch on this is going to tilt back far enough so you can have hatch access. And to put it back into the seated position, all I have to do is lift from here until it clicks into place. Now this is a little bit heavy, so if you do have two 80-pound bikes back here, you might have to have a friend help you out. But if we want to take a closer look at this rack, I'm going to remove my bike. So where I like to start with is going to be the strap on our wheel. You can just pull a tab, it'll release. There's going to be a little hole on it. You can actually turn that backwards and hook it onto this tab so it's out of your way. And really the only other step we have to do is make sure we have control of our bike, press this lever, push on that, it'll release so it's out of your way. I'm just going to do that on the same side. Just make sure you are holding onto your bike so it doesn't fall over. And with that done, we can just lift up and then take it out for a ride. If we want to take this out for a drive now, we just got to make sure we put everything back into place. That's really easy to do. All you have to do is lift up and push down on that arm. Same thing on the other side. First, I want to make sure I put this strap up. You'll probably also realize too, with this strap, you can actually push this back and forward some to accommodate for different wheelbases. Then I'm also going to make sure I put this arm up. And right underneath that arm, we're going to have this lock core. This is going to be an integrated by cable lock. So if I just lift up there a bit, you can see this pulls out from either sides and connects together. Now we can take a few measurements just to see how this is going to live on the back of our vehicle. So where I like to start is our ground clearance. And this will be 18 inches above the ground, so that's pretty good. Even if you have those really heavy e-bikes on here, it's probably going to drop down maybe a little bit, but honestly not too much. The biggest thing you got to think about is lifting up those really heavy e-bikes up there. So if you have a friend, that might be the best thing to do. Now for the distance it sits away from our bumper, that's only going to be about 38 inches. Isn't too bad. It is a lot for a 2-bike carrier. And if you're in those really tight situations, that's going to be something you got to watch out for, anywhere like a parking spot. Now, if you don't have any bikes on here, you could actually save some space. If I just put this into the tilted position, all I have to do is pull on that lever, push up, until it clicks into place. Now, there's going to be two positions for this. This is going to be the first one that's at a little bit of an angle. This is only going to stick out about 24 inches. Now, this is going to be more ideal if you have anything back here. Like if you have a ladder and you don't want to make contact with that, that'd be a situation. Now, if you don't have a ladder or you're not concerned with hitting anything in the back of your vehicle, you can push it up a little bit more until it clicks. And now, from our back bumper, this is only going to stick out about 15 inches. So that's going to save you a lot of space. As for how this is going to interact back here, it's not going to block a whole lot. The only thing it's really going to block is going to be your license plate. And that's going to be the case with most bike racks because of just how low that sits. But for your taillights and back window, that won't be obstructed. You probably also notice we do have this light kit back here, and that actually doesn't come standard on this rack. That's going to be an add-on you can get later on. But since we're not directly blocking our taillights, I don't think you really need to invest in something like this unless you really want to. And if you do really want to, then you just got to make sure you have 4-pole wiring on your vehicle. And the way this is going to attach to our vehicle today is we're going to have this 2-inch shank that goes into your 2-inch hitch receiver. You're then going to have an anti-rattle bolt that goes through and connects to this lock core. That lock core is going to use the same key system as your integrated bike cable lock. And what's really nice about this having an anti-rattle device is it's going to make it really solid back here so you won't get any rattling to give you a better fitment overall. In my opinion, I think this is going to be a very solid choice if you're looking for something that feels very sturdy, looks pretty clean on the back of your vehicle, and is really easy to operate even with those heavy e-bikes. Now, if you're looking for something else that has the capacity to hold those heavy e-bikes and is going to have a ramp that comes with it, because trying to load those bikes up there is going to be pretty difficult sometimes, then I'd recommend checking out the Yakima On-Ramp LX Bike Rack. And what's really nice about that is it's going to have an integrated ramp. So all you have to do is come to the back of it, twist off a knob, pull it off, and use it. Now the downside of that is I'm not a huge fan of that ramp, since you actually have to put it together, and that's that extra step that I really don't want to do. And you can actually invest in a ramp for this too. You can just buy it separately on our website, and it does a really good job and is really quick and easy to use. But it's not going to be integrated into the design of this. And that was just a look at the Saris MHS Bike Rack with the Duo trays on the back of our 2023 Thor Gemini. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.